Hey everyone, this is Hugo from SSW, and we are here today for EasyLeave Sprint 31 review and retro. So EasyLeave is part of TimePro, and it's this nice tool to help you manage your leave requests for your company. So let's jump into the summary email for that sprint. That's the one. So for Sprint 31, we had two main goals, which were fixing bugs and improving UX. We are now in maintenance mode, and that's well, basically what we do. Some major bugs have been fixed and UX has been improved. I'll get into more details later when we have a look at the backlog. So this sprint lasted for...
Sorry, can you do me a favor? At
Yes.
the top of that email, can you just press dismiss on the signature and dismiss on is this email important?
Oh, yeah.
Just a little bit of extra space.
Yep, all good. So yeah, this sprint was around 3 months long. Last sprint review was in mid-Jan. It's because we are not working full-time on this. We work on this a few days here and there. And we have completed around 20 man days worth of effort. So we figured it would be a good time to do a sprint review. So the backlog for that sprint is kind of big, but it's lots of small ones. I'll jump into the main items now so we can have a look. First thing I want to mention is a bug we had with the name disappearing of the appointments title after updating. This was actually because of a badly placed if debug in the update code. It's been fixed now and it shouldn't happen anymore. I know it occurred even like a few months back. I think Cookie was suffering from this, but it should be okay now. Next one in the list is a bug that happened when
just
we
on
tried.
That one.
Yep.
In hindsight, is there any test that you could have had or any way that that bug couldn't have existed in the first place?
I think we would need, if we want to test for this, we would need integration tests and have a look at the appointments created.
Could you had a playwright test that put one in and then picked it up, just read it?
Yes, yeah, I guess we could set up for that. I don't know how long it would be to set up playwright with this kind of setup, but I can have a look.
If you do want to do that, Hark,
yeah.
You could get, Hugo, if you want to do that, you could get Hark to add it for you. He's pretty good at doing all the playwright stuff.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I'll maybe talk with him. Yes, that's a good idea,
actually.
Moving on. Next one is about a bug that happened when you tried to update a leave after manually deleting the appointment in your calendar. This happened quite a few times, and it would result in the leave being stuck into error. So Andrew worked on this. Can you say a few words?
Yes. So basically, when we were updating a leave, we would do a lookup of things. Like, for example, we look up the calendar event, and if we don't find that calendar event, then it throws an error. That calendar event might have been deleted by the user from their Outlook. So the fix was to try to find that calendar event, and if we don't find it, just recreate one with the same data. So now updating will work, and it doesn't matter if the user has deleted that calendar event from their calendar.
Okay. I will tell you that I kind of understand what you're saying. I think this bug would be so much easier to present if there was a screenshot of something, so we had a bit of an idea. But yeah, no big deal. But I just wanted you to know.
Yeah. All right. Yes, I agree. We should have added something. I can, I guess, show you from that one if I'm about to click yes. Code. Yes, so that was Mike that had this happened to him. Basically, it was the leave was stuck pending, and then eventually it became error. And that's because every time the Yankfire job was trying to update the appointment, it failed because the appointment did not exist anymore. If that makes sense to you and you don't have any more questions, we can go to the next one.
That's great. Okay.
Next, that's a new feature we introduced, a small one, but a cool one, about automatically refreshing the leave dashboard after you've requested leave so that it gets updated for you. Can you say a few words, Andrew?
Yeah, I just noticed it when I was looking at, because I'm mostly waiting for statuses to update and fail while I'm developing. So I just kind of got sick of or I thought there was a bad experience to have to constantly refresh to see if an update leave has updated. So just a really simple polling thing where it's calling that get leaves just to see if the status has changed. And it does it once every 10 seconds for a maximum of 5 times. So it just looks a bit nicer when you're sitting there on the page after making an update. It'll just change status by itself. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Andrew. Any questions, Adam?
No, all good.
All right, next one in the list is actually one from Jean. He asked for an update of the workflow to add public holidays, make it more streamlined, because we had to, when you, can I open this? Maybe, Yes. When you're adding public holidays, you have this form that pops up and you have to choose the name, the date, and the group. And when you click add, it closes and you have to re-click add public holiday at the top and start again. And if you want to add multiples in a row, it gets painful. So what we did is add a way to add them in bulk like this in the dialog. So it's deployed. I showed it to Jean and he was quite happy, I think. So, yep, thumb up for him. Great. So, yeah, that's it. It will be much easier next year to prepare for 2027 for public holidays. So, all right. Any question about this, Adam?
No, that was good. When the email goes off, I think it's not obvious whether Jean has done that manually or whether he's used EasyLeave. I think I look in the body to see like something in the footer that says powered by TimePro EasyLeave or something like that.
For the events created for public holidays, you mean?
I'm not sure which ones, but I remember Jean doing some and going, wow, this process is beautiful. I did it so quickly. And I was looking at the email saying, well, I can't tell if you used EasyLeave or you did it manually and just put it in your calendar.
Okay, I can check, but I'm pretty sure it's in the timesheets. It's clearly written, created by EasyLeave, and I think in the appointments too, but I can be wrong. Maybe it's not working right for public holidays. Not sure.
Yeah, one of them is not working.
Yeah, okay, I'll have a look. Thanks for pointing this out. And last one, yeah, that was well, that's a bit of an edge case. That's a bug that happened when Alex traveled to Europe and tried to create a leave next to a leave he previously created from Australia. And because we are using the time zone from the browser, it was considering this as an overlap. So we had to work around this. Can you say a few words, Andrew?
Yes, I found that the conflict was caused by having 2 different time zone values being sent for a leave. So one from the home country and one from wherever the next leave is created from, because it's looking at browser time zone. So the fix here was sort of like a going forward fix where we create all leaves based on the employee's time zone as a setting in TimePro instead of looking at the browser. So there's 3 elements to this. One is let's start creating all leaves based on that TimePro setting. And the next thing is we need to make sure that the database was updated for, like everyone's time zone was set and then set correctly. So we sent out an email to all users to say, hey, a couple changes are coming for TimePro. We just want you to have a look at your time zone and make sure it's set correctly. And that was sort of reducing the blast radius of the change. And then the third thing to help users from a UX perspective was to show a warning if they are creating leaves from outside of their their usual time zone or their setting time zone. They can still create it, but we just want to let them know that to expect that the leave will be created using their home time zone instead of where they're currently sitting.
Right. That warning is excellent. Can I see what it looks like on the screen? There.
Yeah, so it's right under the dates there as you're typing things in.
Can I double check that time zone is one word?
Not sure, actually. Should be, I never know. I'm always confused.
Yeah, it could be two. Could be two, yeah.
All right, and I probably
I guess it would make sense to... Oh, sorry, Adam.
I personally would have put the second sentence on a fresh line, but
I think it makes sense to see where else we're using time zone and make sure it's, well, one is correct and two is consistent across the site.
Yeah.
All right, we get a PBI for that.
Yep.
Any questions about this, Adam?
Yes, I will say the font for the dates there, Tuesday 31st, appears bigger than the font for annual leave, but I could be wrong, but it certainly looks like that. And it's definitely, it just weirdly just feels weird. Like you've got, even when you look in the bottom where it says leave details, I know it's intentionally small.
Yes.
And then you've got the actual data, it just feels odd.
No, that's the placeholder, so that's maybe why it's a bit smaller, because it's the placeholder.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure annual leave and the dates are the same size. We can check. Doesn't hurt to check.
Yeah,
anyway.
I'm going to tell you one other thing just about validation. I see all the fields have stars on them. Those stars should be in red if they're required. And once there's data in them, they should be gone. So since there's data in them, I should not be seeing any stars there.
Not sure I agree with you, but all right.
Okay, can I ask others' opinions?
I think red,
Josh?
I agree with the red thing, but I don't know if they should disappear. I don't know if that's a...
The red thing, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I agree with that. One thing I'm noticing there is the leave details box is required, empty, but the submit button looks enabled.
Yeah, that was a decision we made to let people click submit and then get the error message. It was decided at the start of the project with Jean, I think, and maybe Adam even. I can't remember.
Yeah, it makes sense why that was done. It's not, I wouldn't say it's standard, but it makes sense.
Yeah, it's not standard.
It is a common practice to enable submit to be there, even if you can't submit, just to tell the user what they've done wrong. When it's disabled, people know I've done something wrong. I don't know what it is. What have I done wrong? So when you press submit, it will actually tell you the things that you've done wrong. But yeah, I do want you to investigate whether those stars should be there once they're filled in, because I strongly think they should disappear once the fields are all valid. You just don't need that noise.
Yeah, but then we have to add it back. If you, like for the leave details, you input something, the star disappear, you clean your input, and then you have to re-add the star?
That's right. As soon as one of those fields is invalid or null, the star should be red and glowing and invalid.
And glowing? Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. We'll have a look into that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We get some design input on it, I think.
Yeah. Okay, let's jump back into the email. That's it for the backlog. We also have a few things that were started but not finished. At the end, those have been moved to the next sprint. We'll see that later in the forecast email. For the timesheet data, we still have an issue with the EU tenant. We still can't get accurate data. Like Jean tried to get it today, and it shows only 1 day for me in the last 30 days, which is wrong. So not entirely sure what happened and what is happening with this, but Jean is having a look.
What am I? Oh yeah. Well, I'm not having a look. I've reported it.
You're on top of it. Yeah.
Yes. Well.
Yeah. Kind of. That's what you told me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Next, usage stats. So we are in the last 30 days, 68% of users have used EasyLeave. We're at 59 for the last review, so it's an increase, but entirely sure this is relevant anymore in the summary emails now that everyone is using EasyLeave. It was nice to see during the first few sprints after going live, but now I think it will be somewhat consistent every week, every sprint review. So yeah, I've kept it here. Next, we have builds. So since the sprint was long, we have more than 10 deployments. We did 2 this week, actually. Well, one of them was made by me, the other by the TimePro team, but I wanted to deploy too, so they just did it before me. So I guess it counts. But it's nice to see we are deploying consistently. Next, we have the product roadmap. It has not been updated since we are still working on bugs and UX. So yeah, nothing new here. Next, we have AI usage. So I left Gilles in the list because he completed 1 PBI, actually. Yeah, for Gilles and I, it was mostly Copilot, Cloud Code, and Yak Shaver. And Andrew used mainly Copilot with a cloud model. Which one are you using? By the way, Andrew?
I am using Sonnet 4.6.
Right. Okay.
Sonnet, maybe you should say.
Sonnet,
that would be great if you can add that, and yeah, if you can put the models there, the most popular model that you're using, and if you can bold the one you're using the most, I would assume. If you guys using Claude Code, are using Opus 4.6?
Sonnet, I think, most of the time, yes. Yeah, because it's cheaper, right?
Sure. Okay.
I don't have infinite money yet, so.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Now,
I heard you.
Yeah, right.
Which version of Yak Shaver are you using? Yak Shaver Teams or Yak Shaver Desktop?
I'm using Teams. No.
Teams. Okay, so I'd put Yak Shaver Teams there.
Right. And I think it's the same for Gilles, actually.
I don't think you need brackets, just Yak Shaver Teams.
Right. Okay. All good. And that's it for.
And the last thing I want you to mention is, did you suffer blockages or none? Because you run out of tokens or something else.
Nope. No, I haven't worked that. Like I told you before, we worked a day here and there, so my usage has been okay since I have not been working like for 2 weeks straight on this. So where do you want me to put this? Like below this or at the end maybe?
Just write no limits, I think, or didn't hit limits. Those are what I've seen people do.
Limits. I think it's the same for everyone. No, so I'm going to put this below since it's the same for everyone. No one hit limits on tokens. Makes sense. All right. Next, we've got AI stats with Claude. So Tiger gave us some stats. Do you want to have a quick look at this, Adam, or you'll just check the link after the...
Just tell me the main observations you saw in this.
Open the thing again so I can share it. All right. Well, main observations are that we managed to achieve our goals, and we've added nice features in there. And yeah, I think that's Tiger did a good job analyzing what we said. Picked up on everything, so all good. Don't know if you want to see something specific in the stats.
All right. All good.
All right. Let's get back to the email then. Then we have the Copilot stats you sent me. So I did most of the talking during the preparation, then Jean, then Andrew. And when we asked what was the main item completed, it said fixing major bugs, particularly the one related to the time zone leave overlap, and it's quite right. So Copilot did a great job at this. Moving on, we've got R&D. We did not really do any experimental work during this sprint. And then we have our retrospective. So what went well? As said, we have a lot of dones, which is great. Andrew is happy with his onboarding experience because of the README and that I helped him set up the environment. We fixed some painful bugs like the one when the name would disappear from the appointments, stuff like that. Those were lingering in the backlog for quite some time now, so I'm happy that we finally fixed them. Jean is happy that I'm no longer alone on EasyLeave, and the backlog is looking good, so that's great. Now, what did not go so well? Andrew said that there is a small delay when trying to get access to resources because of time zones, when we have to ask admins to get access to like the DB or something. Yeah, because of time zones, it adds a bit of delay, but nothing we can't work with. That's okay. And we did forget to resync the public holidays after fixing something which made the daily Scrum reminder bug come back. Some people add this reminder on public holidays. That's because SSW absence was not part of the appointment. This was fixed, and we needed to resync the holidays to add SSW absence to the attendees, and we forgot. So some of us did get a reminder recently. So yeah, that's a bit of a mistake on our side, but it's now all good. And in the what could be improved section, I think, well, we all think actually we should organize sprint review sooner, around 10 Mondays instead of waiting like 20, like we did this time. So we've already set up a date for the next one. It will be second week of May, I guess. We'll see about that, Jean and I. Do you guys want to add something to that retrospective?
Not from me.
Right, Josh, something to say? All good then. So let's quickly jump into the planning for next sprint. So for sprint 32, well, our goals will still be the same, right? Fixing bugs and improving UX. We are not going to start any new big feature like approvals and stuff. We discussed this with Jean during the preparation. So we are going to aim for 10 Mondays. Actually, I've created the appointment, so I should probably add it to this email. I'll update the email before sending it. We have a small backlog at the moment with the leftovers from the previous sprint, Adam. So we have a bug, well, some data to fix in CRM because we have duplicate appointments. For sometimes when we created a leave, we would have two appointments, one with SSW absence and one without because of Power Automate flows, and we fixed it, but we still need to fix the data in CRM, so it's cleaner. And we'll also work on adding a retry mechanism for leave when we end up into the error status. That will be our main goals for next sprint, and obviously we will keep an eye out for any bugs or yak shaves coming. So we asked Copilot what is the main item to do next, and he said add a retry mechanism, and it was flagged as the key unfinished item, and it's right. So yeah, Andrew did start, I think, at least thinking about how to handle that. So yeah, it's kind of started but unfinished. So this will be one of our main goals. Any questions, Adam?
No, that's looks great.
Right.
It's just so the sprint goals just look very vague. Like
yeah,
you could use bugs or improving UX on anything. I think it should be a tiny bit more specific before you send it.
Right. So yeah, I can do that, yes. It's just that since we are, in maintenance mode and we are not working full time
Yes.
on EasyLeave, it's kind of hard to.
But you may as well mention the bug you're talking about. Otherwise, there's no way. Like if there's still a bug, you never achieve the goal.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I agree with you. Yes, I'll change that before sending the email.
Okay.
All right. And this brings up to the end of this review and retrospective and forecast. As always, the video will be on SSW TimePro's channel. Thanks everyone for joining. It was Hugo from SSW, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
See you guys. Thank you.